Let's look now at the chloroplast. This is in the photosynthesis diagram page in the chemistry of life unit. The chloroplast is a organelle. It has two membranes, and so if we draw it in the middle like this double membrane that surrounds the outside separates the chemical reactions happening on the inside. On the inside of a chloroplast are stacked discs. These stacked discs look like stacks of coins, and they are called thylakoid discs. A stack of thylakoid discs is called a granum. Here I've drawn many stacks called grana. Surrounding the grana are this gel that's very sugary called the stroma. Each of these places has different reactions occurring in them. The thylakoid discs are full of lots of surface area. So this is the site of the light-dependent reaction. The stroma surrounding the discs are the site of the light-independent reaction. Let's first draw the light-dependent reaction. In order to do this, we need to magnify one single thylakoid disc. So let's draw a big oval shape and then add the membrane into this oval shape. Embedded in the membrane are many different molecules that make this reaction go. Because it's dependent on light, light needs to strike part of this membrane. Light strikes a photosystem. This is a cluster of pigments. Chloroplasts have green color, and those pigments are from different kinds of accessory pigments, plus the main pigment, chlorophyll A and B. Light strikes this photosystem, and the electrons are excited. The electrons come from chloroplasts, from the chlorophyll molecule. The electrons are released, and they jump up to a new excited level. These electrons then fall down in energy through different electron transport molecules that are embedded in the membrane. As these electrons travel down through these electron molecules that carry them through the electron transport chain, hydrogen is pumped across the membrane from the stroma into the thylakoid's center, which is called the lumen. Finally, these electrons land on another photosystem. This photosystem is again a cluster of the green pigment, chlorophyll, and other accessory pigments. When light strikes this photosystem, again electrons are excited and ejected to a higher energy level from the chlorophyll. But this time they are captured. They're captured on an empty electron carrier molecule, NADP+. This empty electron carrier molecule now is full, and it has reducing power. A full electron carrier molecule is NADPH. The electrons that are continually leaving from the photosystems need to be replaced. These electrons are replaced from water. Water is the source of electrons. Water is split in a process called photolysis or photolysis. These electrons and hydrogen come from water, and this is also where waste oxygen comes from. Because there's only one oxygen per H2O molecule, That's why we write 1/2 of an O2 molecule. Eventually it'll hook up with another free oxygen. Hydrogen is accumulating inside the lumen of the thylakoid, and the membrane is not permeable to hydrogen because of its charge. Around the membrane, though, is an escape route in the form of a molecule called ATP synthase. This molecule, ATP synthase, allows hydrogen to go out through a channel. As hydrogen goes out through a channel, a process called chemiosmosis occurs. Because the hydrogen built up in the thylakoid lumen, a concentration gradient was formed, and that's a source of potential energy. As the hydrogen leaves, that potential energy is released to do work, and that work is taking ADP, or adenosine diphosphate, adding a free phosphate to make a full and ready ATP molecule, adenosine triphosphate. Coupled with the NADPH, these two molecules are ready to enter into the second stage of photosynthesis, the light-independent reaction. The light-independent reaction starts with a source of carbon dioxide, or source of carbon in the form of carbon dioxide, that attaches to a molecule called RUBP. This process is called carbon fixation. We need carbon for glucose, and that carbon comes from the atmosphere, so it gets attached. Once that occurs, RUBP is a 5-carbon molecule, CO2 is a single carbon molecule. It makes a 6-carbon molecule that's unstable, that splits into 2 molecules we abbreviate as PGA. A number of chemical reactions take place. And NADPH provides reducing power, and ATP provides energy to modify PGA into a molecule called pGal. This molecule called pGal is also sometimes referred to as G3P. This is a precursor to glucose. Glucose is what we wanted out of photosynthesis. But not every molecule of pGal turns into glucose, because some need to be reused to reform RUBP. This is a cycle called the Calvin cycle, and it continues in the stroma. These are the overall reactions that occur in the chloroplast for photosynthesis in the chemistry of life unit.